Happy Wednesday, everyone. Today is a special day. I get to interview my really good friend, Terrinque, who I am now going to try to find on here, or hopefully she'll find me. How's everybody doing? Oh, where is she? Oh no. Okay. This part is always awkward. Always awkward. Let's see. Ah. Oh, hello, honey. Honey bunches of oats. Where is she? Oh no. Oh, there she is.
Hello,
It's a
honey.
blank wall. Oh, there she is.
Hello.
I'm like, oh no. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you? Let me get
Happy
some light.
freaking Wednesday.
Happy
I am
Wednesday.
so happy that you told me about retrograde because I was like, why am I feeling so sluggish and so tired? And like my computer just is down and up. It's like I've had to control alt delete a few times. So thank you for reminding me. That's what it was.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Anytime I feel that little energy come on, like that little motivation starts flipping, I'm like, hold on, what's going on? Let me check what's going
What
on.
is going on? Let's just figure out. Let's check the calendar. Let me
Yeah.
turn this up. Let me check the calendar. When is this over? Because
Literally.
I'm feeling it. That's so funny. I didn't even think about that. I'm like, why am I so tired?
Yes. And it's like a lot of us feeling it right now. A lot of my clientele too. I'm like,
Are they feeling it?
yes. And it feels good when you know you're not alone.
Yes, most definitely. So the tables have turned. I get to interview my beautiful friend now.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned your clients, I guess let's just go right to it. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and how you've created such an impact.
Oh.
I know. Let's just start there.
Talk about me. Okay, my name's Terrinque. I am from Vallejo, California. I have been an esthetician for the past 5 years and a lash artist for the past 7 years. And I've been able to build my brand based off of me jumping into my business from fear. I was really scared to like start my business.
Yeah.
But luckily I took the leap of faith. I took a jump and it's been successful ever since. I've had ups and downs on the
I was
journey.
your client.
You were. That's how we met.
That's how we met. And I can't tell you. I think I want to say I think it's been over 9 years, maybe.
No,
Or has
like
it been less than? Has it been more than?
we just
I know we did connect right away. Has it only been a year?
No, it's been like 6 though. It's been like
Okay.
6 years.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I mean, we've gone through a lot together, I think.
Yes.
And I mean, you've pretty much been my lash artist, branding expert, because you did that for me for quite a while. And you're also my therapist. So you're an all-in-one kind of a friend. So we should all have one of those.
Yes.
Or two of those.
Yes. And you are that for me too.
I mean, it was always a great session. I mean, treatment or
right.
Whenever I got my lashes done, it was always a good session.
It was always good.
Yeah.
Always being fed, feeding each other. You're the one who put me on the path of where I am now because you told me that I wasn't fulfilled.
I know that will forever either haunt you or motivate you. I don't know.
It was
because
meant. It was meant.
I remember
when
I did say it. I remember when I did say it. I was like, and then there was a long pause. I'm like, is she gonna do my lashes ever again, or is this it for me and her?
You're like, this is it. I was like, this is it. We gotta wrap this up.
That's it. We're not ever talking again. How dare you say that I'm not fulfilled or unfulfilled?
But you need people like that to kind of tell you like what it is. Like, you know, like it's really important because that's stuck with me ever since. And it's been at least 5 years since you said that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we lose so much like with the day-to-day chaotic schedules that we run. I mean, it took me how long to get you on this live, period. Just our schedules just never align, but I'm just so glad that it has aligned. But it's just you gotta it's you gotta find that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being intentional. I'm learning. Sorry, I'm
Intentional.
looking at my camera a little bit. Okay. I feel like I'm learning more about being intentional and setting out time in advance for most things that are important that I want to get done. And you have to definitely like be intentional with it,
Yeah.
and put the emotion to the side. You got to do what you got to do. You got to stick
Oh,
to your
it's
commitment.
so emotional. It's an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, and it's
For sure.
hard navigating that. I feel like that's been like one of my biggest challenges is like running a business while healing from trauma, while learning who I am, learning more about myself, and just trying to master my mindset. And I feel like personal development, it has led me down a personal
It's so,
development
so
path.
important.
Yeah, it's so important, which is why I love to business coach now and help other business, because I understand how sometimes our thoughts in our mind, we can get in our own way.
Yes.
And sometimes we just need, someone on the outside to help navigate
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, we get stuck. And sometimes we need some accountability
Yeah.
to help us get through and just find that right path. Sometimes we take the wrong, I mean, I've taken wrong paths many times owning businesses, and you just learn from that. But I totally distracted you. You were talking about your journey, your story, how you started.
So yeah, I've been a lash artist for the past 7 years. I am now transitioning to business strategist and business coach because I want to help entrepreneurs grow and develop their dreams. I've been blessed to lash a lot of women. I've been able to teach a lot of women in the beauty industry, but now it's just time to spread my wings and go after what's going to make
It's
me
a
more
new
fulfilled.
chapter. Yeah,
It's a
it's a
new
new
chapter.
chapter. It's a new shift. And I've always known this about you. You've always been so inspirational and just somebody that, like, I can tell you my ideas and you'll turn it into like a brand. I think it happened how many times? I mean, you helped me with the content museum. You helped me with
Yeah.
um a lot of
Yeah.
it. So
Oh.
it comes very natural to you, I think. And and it helps that it's a bonus that it's something that you love to do and it's your passion.
Yes. Yes. I'm grateful for this new path that I'm being led down.
So was there anything that stuck out to you that inspired you to do this other than, you've owned a business, you are a business owner? Like, what kind of lit you up to do this?
Have always got complimented on my brand. Like, I always got complimented on like my social media, how I branded all of my aesthetics. People always just tell me like, "Oh, you're doing a good job," or "I love it," or "It's so cute," or "How did you do it?" So
Yeah.
when people keep asking you how, it's like, okay, well, I feel like that's a hint in a direction. Maybe like people are looking at you as an expert in this, and
Yeah.
what you're naturally good at, sometimes you overlook as something that is a need for others. What comes natural to you may not come natural to the next person.
Right.
So I just feel like a lot of people just asking me how, complimenting it, and then asking me for help in their
Yeah.
businesses, and just me naturally wanting to give advice for people when they were giving me their business ideas or ideas that they wanted to do something. I would naturally come up with all these different things
Yeah.
on the spot. So I feel like now it's like, well, that's a gift, and I want to be able to use all of my gifts
Most
that God has given
definitely.
me.
We need more of you for sure. Share your gifts. When did you start implementing this? Like, how far into the business did you start implementing branding, changing the colors, finding the schemes that's right for your business? How do you know, like, how to position things as far as your page? I know it's Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
What else are you what else do you do branding for? Like, which social media platform?
I only do it for Instagram,
Mhm.
and I did have a website that's currently not activated, but I would say those are the main two that I brand
Mhm.
on. And I would say it came to me, I just went off of naturally because my brand is more an expression of my
Yeah. And your
personality, I would
personality.
say. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And not all brands are an extension of your personality, but for me, it was easy since it was. I'm a pink girl, I'm a glam
Yeah.
girl, so that's my
Yes.
brand represents. And I knew my target audience were going to be women who were like me. So for me, my branding kind of came easy. It was just an expression of what makes me happy, what makes my inner self happy. I didn't start off with this strategy, but as the years came, I started to implement more of a strategy. So I would say just knowing first who is your target
Right.
audience, who is that person that you want to be your customer or your clientele, and then create a brand that's going to gravitate towards them. If you have an edgy brand, then you don't want to be posting glitz and glam. If you have a sophisticated brand, you don't want to post edgy. You know what I'm saying? You want to stick to whatever your aesthetic is so that you can attract those clientele. If you want rich clientele, you got to go up a little bit in how you speak, how you
Right.
present yourself. If you're for the everyday girl, you may have to go on with no makeup on, or maybe in a headscarf, or maybe show the ugly sides of things so you can relate to them. So it's all on who you're targeting, and I feel like your brand should represent
Yeah,
that.
I've
Yeah.
definitely seen a difference um, progressively. It evolved throughout the last few years. And I'm like, that's why I reached out to you in the first place. I'm like, oh my God, her page looks amazing. And it's and give us an idea of like how often do you suggest like posting? Like, is it 3 times a week, every day, stories? Well, I know it
It
changes.
does change. I would say currently what's working for me
Mhm.
is posting at least like 2 to 3 reels a week, and then maybe like 2 regular feed posts. And I will post in my story every day, at least 5 times a day. And if you want to increase your engagement, post a question in your story, or share more of like who you are, your personality, more of the behind the scenes of what you're doing in your day-to-day life. Like, get more personable.
Mhm.
And get more like in tune like with your target audience and with your people who are following you. So I would
Yeah,
say
I
post
think that
reels. You don't have to post every day. I feel like that way is out because you start to see more older content. So your content is still going to be being pushed.
right, right. So, do what strategies have you used? And I hate to say competitors in the beauty industry because I know how much of a cheerleader you are for everyone. And but is there a strategy that you use to kind of differentiate yourself from another beauty business?
I would say it comes down to my core values, just like in having integrity, being for the everyday girl, like not having my prices too high, but also not too low, so that I stay in the high quality range. I would say just making sure I provide a clean environment. Like, it's just all on my customer experience. The experience that they get from me, they won't go get with no one else. It's just from my personality, from my workspace, from the quality of my work, to you becoming my friend after. Like, it's a whole thing. You get
That's
with me.
actually really good advice too, because I feel like if you are going to start a business and you are going to brand your business,
Mm-hmm.
try not to be like somebody else.
Yeah.
Like you really want to bring out your true essence of you, your authentic self.
Yeah.
And if you don't like pink, choose a different
Choose
color,
a
right?
different
Don't
color.
try to be somebody else. So that's great, great advice. So how like your biggest challenges in establishing your brand, um how did you like put all of that together? Like, this is what I need for my website, like all the tabs, like how did you put it all into fruition?
So I take notes from Madam C.J. Walker, and she
Oh, name
did
drops.
not create her products from scratch. Okay, she white labeled, meaning she went to a company who already did the
Oh.
stuff, and she branded it, and it became big. So it's all she's the brand of it, and she's the marketer of it. So for me, I go look up my top 5 inspiration brands, and I go see what they're doing, and I take what I can and I implement my way into it. I see what they don't have, what I can offer that's different as well, and implement that. Especially when it comes to websites, I didn't know what to do, so I did hire an expert. I had to invest in that because I wanted it to be done
Yeah.
correctly. I did research on what a website should entail as far as like shipping and policies, and just having high quality pictures, making sure it's easy to use. So I
Yeah.
did a lot of research through YouTube as well, hiring an expert and just looking at the competition that I was inspired by, because you got to have
Yeah.
inspiration out there.
Yeah. You have to have inspiration and investment.
Yeah,
You
investment.
have to make that investment,
Yes, the time and the
especially
money
when you're
investment.
yeah, time, energy, money, and I just in having the right people work with you too is really
Yeah.
important. People that align with your same ideas and concepts and things like that. So you are on the Wealthy Women Network IG.
Yes.
I cannot tell you, you are the founder of this network.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how proud I am of you. I remember when this was still a little seed that's being planted, and it has grown into something like it's huge. I mean, you're following, period. And you've branded it in a way that is you. Basically, it's a characteristics of you. You're supportive, you're a cheerleader, you're a hype woman, you like to network, you like to bring like-minded people together and sit at the table. I've been to a couple of events with you. I've done a yoga class for one of your events, and it's just been amazing, just bringing these women together. And I think when you and I were always talking back in the day, that's just what we love to do. And collaborating with all these women has just been, it's a blessing for me.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did it. And I would be I would be at every event, especially the one on Saturday. We're golfing. I'm excited. I'm excited. Well, I'm going to stop talking. Tell me about how you branded yourself to start Wealthy Women Network.
So Wealthy Women was birthed through, well, like I always, like you said, love uplifting, I love community, but it really started when I lost all motivation for my other business. And I was like, what is going on?
It
Like,
does happen.
it was successful, but I'm like, success doesn't necessarily, well, I should say money doesn't equal happiness. But success is being happy,
Yes.
whether whatever goals you achieved or not. But I had to take a quiet season and just really see where my higher self was leading me to go to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what birthed. It came to me through my quiet season. And I launched it this year, and it has been doing really, really well so far. Yeah. So it just came down from me being in my quiet space.
So how do you use the platform to support women?
I
What do
use
you
it
what's offered for what does Wealthy Women Network offer?
right now. We offer events and we offer online support and
With
online, like,
branding.
yes, online branding.
Yes.
And I'm getting ready to launch my business consultation services where I'll be able to help people grow their businesses through Wealthy Women Network.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
I
and I'm going
remember.
it slowly. I have so many ideas, but I'm just trying to not, like in the past I would jump on things too fast and take on way too many things. So I'm learning now in this season to just go a little bit more slowly and realize that, certain things are going to take a little bit more time.
I mean, I know that the entrepreneurial blood runs through the both of us, and
Yeah.
it is hard to turn the brain off because there's so many ideas that turn into like more ideas, and then your platter becomes super
Yeah.
overflowy, and then you lose the motivation because you never started to begin with, because
Yeah.
all these ideas turned into something that was just overwhelming.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I like the advice of just taking it slow and just not jumping into everything just because it pops up in your mind
Yeah.
and it sounds like a
Yeah.
great idea.
Sometimes I've gotten ideas and they're for a years later down the line. Like I had this community idea a long time ago, but it wasn't meant. I tried to do it like a while ago, but I wasn't aligned yet with it. It wasn't
Timing is
my time.
everything.
Yeah, so I had to wait for confirmation. Now I'm learning.
Yeah, I feel like it's just growing. It's growing in, I mean, do you want to tell people how to get on to Wealthy Women Network and how to sign up and how to be a member?
So right now we don't have a membership
Okay.
aspect of the community. It's only following us. You can engage with our content. You can always DM, message me if you have any, if you need any advice with business, personal life, healing, all that aspect of life. I love to give advice for. I have a lot of resources, a lot of women. If you guys need to, um, if you guys want to learn about finances, learn how to build a business, LLC stuff. Like I am building a team of women who all specialize or expert in business and finance. We have workshops coming soon, which Jasmine will be a part of, where we're going to teach wealth wealth creation in business. But yeah, right now we don't have a private community, just public through Instagram, and then
I
just
love
have to
it.
just follow us, stay tuned for with our events.
Yeah, I've met so many amazing women just from your events, and I can't tell you, those relationships turn into friendships, and then they turn into something bigger. And so yeah, we need a lot more of these networking events because it's something that, like, it's hard to explain what's going through your head to somebody who doesn't think
Yeah.
like you know? So when you have womenpreneurs in one room together, it's like, oh my God, me too. Yes, I do that too. I think that way. I don't sleep because I have thousands of things that's going on. And people who resonate with you, it's easier to kind of banter with, you know?
Yes.
So it's, you got to keep doing that. I'm really, really, really excited about all the things to come with
Thank
Wealthy Women
you.
Network. And speaking about the branding, did you you started that from the get with Wealthy Women Network? You did the branding,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I just hire people to create the logos, but I do all my posts you see on there. I do most of them. Now the advanced flyers that have my designer do that, but the quotes and stuff I post, I just make those on Canva.
Yeah, yeah. So Canva has been very helpful with the branding.
Yes.
Um,
It's my number one go-to.
I usually, well, I'm very basic when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
Canva. Or what other features does Canva have for branding specifically?
Well, they have features where you can plug in. Like if you go on Etsy, you can go buy like flyers from there. You can buy ebooks from there, certificates, all types of creative.
And you can save it so that the
Mm-hmm.
aesthetics stay the same, and you can use the same font
You can
colors.
even change it once you get to Canva, so you can plug what you buy. You can put it on Canva. You can totally change it to make it your own, which is what I like. If you don't want to make things from scratch, it gives you kind of like a template.
Okay.
Uh, you can go in and kind of customize it. So that's one thing I really like about Canva.
So can you also do that with videos?
With videos, I never actually did video content through Canva. I
Okay.
like CapCut for video editing.
Oh, I see. I
Yeah.
see. Yeah, I do like CapCut too.
I love me
So
some
how
CapCut.
do you, now that you're doing the Wealthy Women Network and you're also lashing,
Yes.
and you're consulting, how do you find that work-life balance?
I so I
So
started.
hard. We get better every season, right?
We do.
I feel like we don't try to do too
Yeah.
much, but I want to know how you kind of balance both, because it seems like you've been on an even keel.
So I don't work on Sundays. I don't do anything on
I
Sundays.
know you never respond to my texts on Sundays.
You either. No,
I'm kidding.
it's okay.
We're
I
wine
don't work
tasting
out.
on Sundays. I'm
We'll go wine
sorry.
taste. Okay. Weekends are for fun.
Yeah,
Uh, so I
very
lash
true.
Monday through Saturday. I don't lash past 7 p.m. So I'm always like off by then. I like to turn my brain off by a certain time. I
Mhm.
have like my nighttime routine so that I can just declutter my brain.
Yeah.
And then I schedule, I make certain days and times for consults when I'm not lashing, and I have specific days for consults. And then when I'm working on business strategies in between time, I just do it on my slow time or downtime. I'll work on that. But implementing my self-care days is really, really important to me. And just making sure every day I get some type of positive words, whether if it's a podcast or prayer or good music, whatever it is. I just make sure I try to like feed my brain something positive.
Yeah, I
Mental
was
health
gonna
is so
ask you.
important.
Yeah, I mean, you got to constantly feed the brain. I mean, I was going to ask you what other self-care things that you do to incorporate into like your daily.
Daily, I'm
Yeah.
always listening to frequencies. I love listening at frequencies. So as I feel a little anxiety comes going on YouTube, anti-anxiety frequencies or just like meditation sounds. Like I love it, like spa
So like
music,
listening to frequencies, do you mean like ocean waves?
ocean
Or
waves, or even like chakra balancing music to clear our
oh,
energy sources, because I touch a lot of clients. I'm an empath, so I absorb a lot of
uh,
energy. And I
oh,
didn't
I
realize
know.
at first what it was, but now I'm more in tune with who I am and knowing who I am. So when you absorb so much energy, you have to clear it out. And then when you're dealing with your own trauma, trying to heal, to
Yeah,
get to your higher self, you have to heal yourself. So I listen to a lot of frequencies, meditation, prayer. I don't journal as much as I would love to, but that's
yeah.
something that I highly recommend. What else do I do? I
Do a
drink
lot for
wine.
yourself.
Oh,
What?
Pilates. Yeah, I do
Pilates.
a
I was gonna say congratulations for doing, is it 100 classes?
Yes,
Yay.
yes. Pilates is
Yay.
changing my life, seriously. It's that's been a big help in my life.
Yeah.
Helping me
I
be
mean,
calm.
I know that I remember you mentioned, I'm going to take my first Pilates class. I'm like, girl, do it. And then like 100 classes later, look at you.
Right.
Are
I'm
you
like
gonna,
a
are you gonna
soul.
end up teaching?
I do
Maybe
want
get
to.
certified?
I may invest down the line because I just want to be an investor in my future.
Yeah. That was my next question. Like, what are your future goals for
My future
yourself? Like,
goals.
yeah,
I
with
want
the
to set my
beauty
life up.
business, with uh, the networking group that you put together. Like,
Okay.
what are your future goals for either or and above?
So beauty business, I would say I would end goal would maybe be to just have like a hybrid beauty salon and beauty school
Hmm.
that I can just own, not necessarily work in there. And the network, oh my god, I have so much. That's going with me till I'm
That's
80.
your baby. That smile from ear to ear tells me
Yeah,
that it is your
yeah,
baby and this is your passion
yeah.
and that's what.
Yeah, I'm like the beauty. I'm gonna just leave something there because I put so much into it, and
Mhm.
it was my first baby. But the network, I have big dreams. We're gonna be traveling. We're gonna
Oh,
have retreats. We're
I
gonna
cannot
do so many
wait.
things. Workshops.
I cannot
Yeah,
wait. And how do you envision the role of women entrepreneurs evolving in the beauty industry? I mean, I know you've been very like, I think you still teach lash classes, right?
I haven't
Oh, you
taught in
don't anymore.
long. I taught one class this year in April. It was a
Oh,
one-on-one.
okay. But I know that a lot of artists out there came from your education
Yeah,
or like you teaching lashing. So what do you see? How do you see like that evolving in your life? Or you see that in your future or do you?
I don't see it. I
Okay.
don't.
I like that you don't see it. Like you
I
know what you want.
like
No,
that.
you
I
know
admit
what you want and
it.
you would like to focus your energy somewhere
Yeah.
else.
It's time. I may train my nieces up because that's something that they want to do just for them to take over because it's already trademarked LLC. Like it's work put into that brand. I don't want to just let it all go. Um,
Yeah.
but it's not. It's no longer what fulfills me. I would say I love my clientele though.
Yeah. I mean, you have long-term clientele. I mean,
Yeah,
I would if I wasn't so far away and if the glue just didn't mess with my eyeballs.
I know that's so
I
crazy.
know it's every freaking it's not it's so annoying. So I just use strips. I
They
mean,
look good.
I deal with it. So, I want to talk to you a little bit about like your collaboration with other entrepreneurs. Um, do you reach out to them? Do they reach out to you to collaborate, or how does that work? And how do you know it's a good collaboration and where both businesses can grow?
If they reach out to me, it's both ways. I do a lot of reaching out, and then people reach out to me as well. I haven't been to a point where I've turned down anything because most opportunities have aligned with where I'm going. And
Yeah.
then the fact that if they're reaching out to me, they must see something in me
Mm-hmm.
that some value in me, which I appreciate, and it's helping me to build experience, helping me to build confidence in myself. So yeah, through social media, I get a lot of DMs and a lot of opportunities, and then me just reaching out to people. I'll ask them, oh hey, this is who I am, this is what I do, this is my mission, would you like to be a part of it, would you like to collaborate, work together? And most people do want to. I have gotten one person where they tried to charge me to go live.
Oh,
Yeah, they tried to charge me, I think, like
what?
$300. And I was like, it's okay, because one day as this brand grows, you're gonna be reaching out to me.
Right. And I'll be charging you more than that.
And I will be charging you more.
Exactly.
No, seriously.
So
But I'm like, go ahead, get your money, girl. But no.
so I watch you because you're very inspirational. I've seen you at a few collaborations elsewhere. So how are those going for you? And how do you know when they're a good match or when to turn them down? Because I know you just did one this past weekend. It was a business
Oh, the
networking event.
entrepreneur experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that I actually had reached out to Terry, who was organizing it, and I
Mm-hmm.
was just asking to be like a sponsor for the event, just because I love that he was trying to put something on for the Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
That he ended up asking me to teach. So it's like, see, things work that way. You reach out, and then someone may actually see something within you.
Right.
To do it. I'm sorry, what was the other part of the question?
No, just speaking. I mean, just being in front of people and just how like do you ever turn down speaking events?
I have not. This is my first year of
Okay.
actually speaking. Yeah, this is my first year. So no, I have not. I just got another opportunity to do a panel at a brunch. I think it's gonna be a beauty industry brunch. That's gonna be in October. So I took that on because I ended up meeting her at a last event I was at in January in LA.
Yeah.
So networking is powerful.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say that, like, see how powerful it is. It's like a domino effect. You meet somebody and you never know where that's gonna lead you. So people, networking is great. Join Wealthy Women Network.
Yeah.
Before I move on to mindset and goals, can you tell us, first of all, are you taking clients for branding? I know you're taking clients for business coaching, but are you taking clients for branding?
I am.
Okay,
So
perfect.
I am.
And how can they contact you?
So you can either send brand strategy to my DM, or I have a link inside of my bios for setting up a consultation with me so I can see if I'm able to help you with your brand strategy.
Perfect. I will be calling you one of these days, girl. Something. I mean, one of the 100 things that I have going on will come into fruition, and then I'm gonna need you.
I got you, girl. You know I'm here.
So I want to dive into mindset and goals because we talk about it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about trauma triggers, we talk about inner child, we talk about shadows that's just sometimes get in the way of our path.
Yeah.
You know, we get stuck because of triggers and traumas that have affected us in the past, and we bring it to our present, right?
Yeah.
So is there something, I mean, I know you mentioned podcast, meditation, prayers, which is very important, but do you have a therapist? Do you see somebody to kind of help you through this? Um, because I am also trying to find help to get through all of that. Or do you have a podcast that you listen to that really helps clear your mind and kind of peel the layers of the different life experiences that we've had?
Okay. So I do not currently have a therapist. I had did 2 sessions with someone 2 years ago, and it just wasn't. I wasn't sticking with the meetings.
Maybe it was the wrong timing though, girl.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been, but I feel like a lot of the work she was trying to get me to do, I kind of had already done.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so maybe I think it just wasn't aligned with her.
Yeah.
I do a lot of self-healing, a lot of self-work. I feel like we all have the power to do so if you're intentional with it and you know the right things you seek. So I have a lot of people who help me that I listen to. I listen to one podcast, it's called Manifesting Bestie. She teaches.
I have to look that up. I have been on podcasts, on podcasts, on podcasts, on podcasts, replay. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
we are in a
amazing.
Manifesting
Bestie. Yeah, okay. She teaches a lot about how you were saying, like, we were asking you earlier about quantum leap, but she talks about that.
I did ask you about quantum leaping, but I'm really interested.
Yeah,
but
so you would love her podcast.
Okay,
because she talks about universal laws and how to, use our mind to work for us in our favor,
Mhm.
and just, yeah, all things universal laws and be in alignment with it. And so I like her podcast. Now on YouTube, I listen to like a lot of Joe Dispenza. He teaches a lot on the mind, how the mind works. He also teaches about the quantum field.
Oh,
I like to listen to Joseph Murphy.
okay.
Um, these are all like,
I'm gonna have to have these all listed in our post or in a text or something. If
yeah,
you can send it to me. I
I'm
really want to look
addicted
all
to
that
it.
up.
Like, I'm addicted to learning about the mind and like how we're wired, about the shadow self. Carl Jung,
Mhm.
he teaches a lot
I've
about
heard of that.
shadow work
Okay.
and like this shadow side of our psyche, like the part that has all the
Yeah.
trauma stored up. Teaches how to release that. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to send you some people I'd like to listen.
Yeah, do send me. I mean, and then I know that doing this, a lot of self-work helps unlock confidence.
Yeah.
Um, do you have, I mean, you're very confident. Do you ever have issues with
Yeah.
confidence?
Yeah, so I
All
learned.
do.
I do. So, so there's two sides of it. So you have your self esteem, and your self concept, which is your inner, and then you have self confidence, which is the outer side. Now, a person can seem confident, but on the inside they have low self esteem, and then you can have high self esteem on the inside, but then showcase, lack of confidence on the
Yeah.
outside. Now, me, I went through a phase of being very confident on the outside, but at the end of the day, I had low self esteem on the inside. And what's on the inside is what really matters, because that's what shows up in our lives. So that's what really led me down a path of, okay, I have to rebuild my self love. I have to get out old belief systems. I have to get out old programming from people bullying me, being mean to me. I have to get that out of there, because that's not true. That's not who I am. I am who I say I am. I am who God says I am. So I had to do a lot of reprogramming. I'm still going through a lot of reprogramming myself and my mind. Each day we have
It's a
to
thing.
reprogram our
It
mind.
is a thing. It is a thing, and it's a constant challenge
Yeah.
because every day is
Yeah.
different. You go through different experiences every day, and how you deal with and how you react is how it comes out. Like it comes
Yeah.
out of you. Like this is how your day ends up. So
Yeah.
it's very important. So inner work is very
Inner work
important as well.
is everything.
Inner work is everything. And I have to tell you, like, since I sold the businesses, I have had so much time to really dive into. Um, Sometimes I don't want to do it because it's hard and it's ugly. But it's very important. And I am seeing transformation even with the little bit of work that I'm doing, and I have way more to go. Like even with the little bit of work that I'm doing, it's transforming how I deal with my relationships, my friendships with you. Like it's very different now. It's very different from when I was a hard cold bitch to like now. I'm telling you, like experiences past, like when you go through so much trauma, right? It turns you into a cold
It does.
person to where you can't feel, and feeling and emotions just tend to be like you suppress it, right? Because you don't want to be soft
Yep.
because of all the things that you've been through. You have to constantly be fight or flight.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
anyway, I digress.
No, that
Inner
it's
work is really, really
real.
important. You got to do it to live your most fulfilling and free life. So what can you give us as far as how to keep that positive mindset? What do you I know you mentioned a few things already. What is a mantra? Just maybe two mantras that you can share with us.
Mm, I would say I tell myself a lot that myself, like affirmations, I would say that I am worthy,
Yes.
and tell myself that I am a money magnet. I have a lot more, but I feel like writing down affirmations and repeating them to yourself really does help to rewire our belief system and rewire our minds. Um, Also,
You
I don't know,
know,
just being intentional with where you want to go.
yeah,
Having your rituals, having your routines, whatever feels
completely.
most good to you. Like having
Yeah.
those practices in
I
place.
I look at myself in the mirror every day and I tell you, girl, you got this. You are the shit.
Yeah,
You have to
Because
tell
I have those
yourself,
little
you have to
mirrors.
tell yourself, you have to hype yourself up every friggin' day,
You do.
every minute. Whenever you need, you just have to hype yourself up.
Yeah.
So I know that you are super busy. Success is there. I mean, you define it as happy, joyful,
Yeah.
having time with your family. That to me is also success.
Yeah.
So, but are there any like other like strong systems that you have in place that makes you successful?
Yeah, I'm very, very like determined
Mm-hmm.
to reach a level in life that I refuse to be mediocre. I refuse to die mediocre. I refuse to leave this earth without maximizing my full potential. So that's constantly over my head. I have to become the best me I can be. I have to develop myself and become all that God has created me to be. Like we're such powerful beings, and sometimes a lot of us don't become our full potential that we could have been. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that thought pushes me a lot to stay just super, super determined no matter what it
Yeah.
is. Yeah. I'm not giving up.
I
I don't care if
love
I'm
that.
fearful.
Oh,
I don't care if I'm depressed, if I'm crying, I'm gonna
yeah,
do it.
yeah. I know. I hate when people say I'm fearless, or
Oh no, I be
I'm not
having fear.
not afraid. Girl, yes, you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Every one of
Yeah.
us. I mean,
Yeah.
if it's something that you've never done before, you're going to be fearful.
Yeah.
But how you react and how you approach
Yeah.
it is how you're going to achieve everything that you want in life. Your dream life. You're going to manifest that dream life, which we're gonna do.
We're gonna do it. Just stick to it. Consistency is key.
Consistency is key,
Yeah.
and accountability is
Yeah.
key. So
Yeah.
I
Very
am just I am just thankful and so grateful to have had you on. I love you so much. I am proud of everything that you have accomplished thus far. I mean, honestly, I keep saying it, but all the little seeds that you've planted have all grown into like beautiful, flourishing flowers. Like that sounded cheesy,
no,
but it's true. It's true.
I love you. Thank you.
So one more time, for people that want to sign up for Wealthy Women Network, click message her, and join, because it's such an empowering group of women. And come to the next event, whenever that is. I'm hoping that it's coming soon, but we'd love to have more people come so that we can meet more people and network. So for branding, go ahead and message Terrinque at Wealthy Women Network also if you have a branding project that you want to work with her on.
Yes, I'm here for all your business needs.
Oh, business coaching and business consulting work too. I love you very
I love
much.
you. Thank you
I,
for having me on. I
I
wish you
will.
much success as
I
well.
know. I'm trying to do it all, and sometimes I need to just slow my roll and know when to like be in my quiet season, right?
Yeah.
That's
Sometimes it's
sometimes that's good advice. Be okay being in your quiet season, because that's when all the good energy and good ideas come.
like, yeah.
I
Yes.
love
I love
you.
you. I'll
I'll
talk
see
to
you
you
Saturday.
soon. I guess see you Saturday. I can't wait. Bye.
Bye.